Hey guys, as always, thanks for stopping by. It's been a crazy weekend, and this week's going to be even crazier. Let's talk about that. Today's episode is brought to you by all of you Patriots. Thumbs up are fantastic. Y'all have been crushing those thumbs up lately. So thanks. I try to read every comment. Usually I get 500 to 700 read per day. So for all the comments right down there, thank you. I'm outside. My neighbors are going nuts with the shop vac. I know there's a little bit of ambient noise out here. I'm getting ready to head to the range. I'll go ahead and show it to you. Faxon Firearms Ion. This thing is lightweight, crazy lightweight. So I did some video with it yesterday, but I'm actually going to shoot it, 2 of them, for the first time today. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Coming up on the 19th on pewpewtactical.com is a full review by yours truly. Again, I'm outside. There's shadows. There's leaves. Things have been falling out of the trees. This is take number 4. Went a little wild on the last take. Sometimes y'all say, Johnny, just show us those takes. No, let's not do that. Hey, it's crazy. I want to talk to you about a few things. During lunch, I just got an envelope and wrote down a few thoughts, but it's going to be an incomplete list. I'm not going to get to cover everything. And this entire conversation here is predicated on the idea that it's incomplete. Like, even every video on here is between 4 and 9 minutes, somewhere in there. All of those are incomplete. Every window that y'all have into my life is incomplete. It's only a slice or a sliver. YouTubers are real people. But I do want to say that this is an incomplete list. We're not going to cover everything. And it's also important to know that I don't show y'all or talk to y'all about everything. I did some Instagram video, just an Instagram pic yesterday, and showed some Shall Not Comply gear. One, I've never taken a single dollar from Shall Not Comply. It's in my agreement that in 2020 I take nothing. That's important to know. But 2, people were hitting me and say, Johnny, you're a complete fraud. You comply all the time, because in that pic was not a regular stock, but a brace. And somebody said, Johnny, you've already complied. Yeah, I have. Especially my public persona. If you or I have a driver's license, you have already agreed that we're part of a society and that we have complied. If you drive on the right-hand side of the lane in here in North America, yeah, you're already a part of this society. Yeah, I comply. I pay taxes. I do a lot of things. I also do a lot of things that y'all will never, ever, ever know about. And because that's wisdom, I think. I'm old and cranky, and I do want y'all to know it's an incomplete picture. Even what we're talking about here is incomplete. I can't flesh out everything that I want to talk about. But I do want to kind of hit you with a few thoughts again from lunch, just while I was thinking that the whole idea of Shall Not Comply, I think it's an important conversation for right now. A lot of people have asked me about my thoughts on the T-Man, the Trump train, and I've not talked a lot about him. I think I've only mentioned him 3 or 4 times on this channel. I said a couple weeks ago I was mad about bump stocks. Several guys are like, Johnny, can't you let that go? No, shall not be infringed. I'll never let that go. And until the NFA is completely repealed, I will never let any of it go. However, that's an incomplete picture, because I can be mad at him, and to say, hey, I'm mad about bump stocks doesn't mean I'm going to go vote for a child sniffer or throw my vote away at Kanye or JoJo. JoJo is pro 100% opening of all borders. I'm not dealing with that. Nope, not at all. I didn't vote for a child sniffer. And I think it's important to stop and go, you know what? A lot of people have made the T-Man into a celebrity or an idol, or have put too much faith in a lifelong Democrat. It's really hard to lose a midterm election, your second term as president, and midterm being the term being 8 years, maybe. But he did. And I do want to stop and go, you know what? And people have asked me this. I want to say very clearly, I don't think they fought fair. I don't think it was even remotely close. I don't think it was remotely honest. I don't think anybody that can honestly look at what's gone on in the last week can say, okay, that was an honest election. This is not revelatory, what I'm about to say. This is not some great we landed on the moon moment, but I do want to say clearly I don't trust the system anymore. A lot of folks have been talking about Al Gore, and Al Gore, he for 47 days or 27 days, whatever it was, he thought he was president for 27 days. Well, I think the system 20 years ago was in a better situation than it is now. I think through the media, and I think the deep state is legit, and I think they literally have stolen this one, and I think it is a big, big deal. Big deal. I also believe that the deep state is deeper than any of us can even imagine. One of the things that gets repeated on Reddit a lot, people will make these posts, and do it on Instagram a little bit, but on Reddit they'll make these posts and the title is, she's going to prison now. Hillary's going away for life. They're going to lock her up. No, they won't. And I think when Trump in 2016 was talking about locking her up, he was pandering to me and you. Even back then I thought, nah, she'll never be locked up, ever. If the system wasn't rigged for those that were in power, she would have been locked up when? In the 70s during Watergate. Look that one up. She'll never go to prison. And she's but one example, again, incomplete, of how deep the deep state is. Remember, these folks are out for power and control and cash. It's not about, let's all just heal the country and come together. No, not remotely. Remember, they all play golf at the same country club together, and they're clinking their glasses together right now. They don't care who wins. On some level, they don't care who wins because the power will remain. Now, I also believe this, and you may have just heard this for the first time here. This may be me. I think the war machine is going to get fired back up. One of the things that the deep state loves is war. And Trump, because he's not a part of that swamp nastiness, he shut a lot of the war down, cut it out, and brought the boys and girls home. And I think it's going to get fired back up. Towards who? I don't know. And is it scary? Yeah, but there's way too much money to be made by the deep state to not have that war machine going. I mean, the war hawks like George W., man, those guys, Obama, they loved them some war. And people made some cash on it. Again, deep state, scary stuff, like really scary. Over the last couple weeks, there's been, or last couple days, they're having these lists that have come out where people are saying, we need a list of everybody that supported the T-Man. And I think that's a little bit scary. AOC had her comments this week, and I hope not. Like, I hope they're not starting lists, because that is some serious fascism. That is some serious 1931 Bavaria, if you know what I mean. That's some scary, scary stuff. Like, we're talking Gestapo and brown shirts. Also, people have asked me this, Johnny, what about confiscations? Are those going to start on January 2nd or whenever the inauguration is? No, they're not coming down your driveway. Again, it's an incomplete story. People get upset when I say they're not coming down your driveway. They're not. They're not coming down your driveway. Not anytime soon. I hope not. I think the confiscations will come through backdoor stuff, through choking down in ownership like they do in California, to making things like movable things and grips and those kind of things, just like they did in California, making those illegal, putting taxes and prices and burdens on ammo and gunpowder and primers so high you can't even afford to get into the hobby. And I know it's not a hobby, but not even be able to afford to get in the door at a gun store. I think that's part of what's coming. Now, again, this is an incomplete story. Do I have faith in the I would like to say yes, that I still have faith in the system. When this goes to the Supreme Court, probably about Thanksgiving or maybe in December, when this goes to the Supreme Court, would it not be hilarious that ACB is the deciding vote? Now, that would be some funny stuff. I know it's more than just comedy, but yeah, I do think that's going to be interesting to watch what takes place at the Supreme Court. Now, again, incomplete list. Just a few thoughts for the day. They're not confiscating. The deep state's deeper than deep, and that they stole this thing. Like, it has been completely rigged, and nobody with a brain should say it was an honest election. No. The guy couldn't even get more than 10 people to a rally, and you think it's legendary and the highest voter turnout ever for him? No. I'm going to the range and testing this guy out. To anyone that's against us, our freedoms, or our way of life, or anybody that thinks, oh, bump stocks are kind of cool, we should are not cool, we should have voted those out as well. Yeah, if you're on that kind of train, yeah. To all of y'all that are against us, our way of life, or our freedoms, from my cold, dead hands, bye.